Welcome to Binging on Britain. I'm Katie, and I'll be your hostess as we gorge on bits of British history. Let's dig in. Question number 1. What is the most valuable Anglo-Saxon hoard discovered in England? In 1974, a team of archaeologists discovered a hoard of over 3,500 gold and silver objects at a site in Staffordshire. It is considered one of the largest and most valuable hoards of Anglo-Saxon treasure ever discovered, and it includes intricate pieces of jewelry, weaponry, and other artifacts. The discovery of the Staffordshire hoard has provided valuable insights into the art and culture of the Anglo-Saxon period in England and continues to be studied by archaeologists and historians today. Question number 2. What is the oldest known crown in England? The Deal warrior, also known as the Mill Hill warrior, was discovered with a circlet of bronze in the Celtic lateen style adorning his head. The grave dates to 150 BC and includes many artifacts typical of an Iron Age warrior. The man in his 30s is believed to have been a druid, as the crown bears a resemblance to headdresses found in Iron Age religious sites. However, he could have also been a military leader from the aristocracy. Question number 3. Has it ever gotten cold enough to ice skate on the Thames? Funny you should ask. The Great Frost was a period of extreme cold weather in England that lasted from December 1683 to February 1684. This unusual cold snap may have been caused by the 1680-1681 eruptions of Krakatoa, but it also could have just been cold for no good reason. Anyway, it was so cold that the River Thames froze over and ice skating became popular on the frozen river. Question number 4. Has mudlarking ever resulted in artifacts that can be tied to a specific individual? There have been many special items discovered while mudlarking along the Thames over the years, but one particularly notable find was a gold medieval seal matrix found by a mudlarker named Tobias Nido in 2019. The seal matrix, which dates back to the 14th century, is made of gold and features an intricately carved design of a bishop holding a staff. It is believed to have belonged to John de Stratford, the Archbishop of Canterbury, from 1333 to 1348. The discovery of the seal matrix is significant because it provides insight into the life and work of one of the most powerful figures in medieval England. It also demonstrates the potential for mudlarking to uncover rare and valuable artifacts that shed light on the country's rich history. The seal matrix is now on display at the Museum of London as part of their collection of mudlarking finds. Question number 5. How are the Glorious Revolution and the Jacobite Rebellion related? So the Glorious Revolution in 1688 saw the Catholic James II deposed and exiled in favor of his Protestant daughter Mary and her husband William. The revolution was termed glorious because it was accomplished without bloodshed. But that would come later, as the mostly Scottish Jacobites fought to have James's son, known to history as the Old Pretender, placed on the throne they believed was his birthright. 30 years after the initial rebellion, in 1715, the Old Pretender's son, Bonnie Prince Charlie, led the Jacobite Rising. However, both of these attempts to secure the crown failed and caused the government to attempt to rid Scotland of Highland culture. Question number 6. How did a 13-year-old girl help ensure an Allied victory at the Battle of Britain? Hazel Hill was dyslexic, but she had no problem with numbers. Her extraordinary math skills came to use when she was 13, and her father sat with her while they calculated how many guns were needed on the Spitfire to take down enemy aircraft. Her calculations proved correct, and aircraft were outfitted with her recommendation of 8 guns. The RAF publicly acknowledged Hazel's contributions, which led to success in the Battle of Britain and the survival of her nation. Question number 7. Why did such a large proportion of English travelers die on Titanic? While more than 50% of Titanic's passengers were from the UK, they only made up about 32% of the survivors. This disproportionate death rate had to do with typical British manners. They queued up for the lifeboats, while others, typically noted as Americans, were pushy and may have forced their way onto the lifeboats the Brits were patiently waiting for. Question number 8. Why did people dig up dead bodies in the early 19th century? So if you're familiar with the time period, you're probably aware that many grave robbers would abscond with fresh corpses to sell to anatomists and medical schools for dissection. But did you know they were also sold for their teeth? This practice was abandoned after it became illegal and other sources of teeth were found. Question number 9. Which London palace was not built to be a home? The Crystal Palace, though long gone, was built to house the Great Exhibition of 1851. Thanks to Prince Albert's devotion to the project, 6 million people visited the glass and iron structure to learn about Britain's industrial and cultural achievements while viewing 100,000 exhibits. The event was the pinnacle of Prince Albert's public life. 85 years after the exhibition, the Crystal Palace was destroyed by fire. Question number 10. Which king's sister has also acted as his bodyguard? The newly crowned king, Charles III, appointed his sister, the Princess Royal, as Gold Stick in Waiting, which is a title for a person responsible for the personal safety of the monarch. After reading about the attempt to kidnap Princess Anne, I wouldn't hesitate to appoint her to look out for my safety either. She seems to be quite formidable, having told her would-be captor, not bloody likely, when he told her to get out of her car. Anne was happy to accept the role of Gold Stick in Waiting, as it meant she didn't have to choose a dress for the coronation. Thanks for joining me for this episode of Binging on Britain. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please take a moment to rate and review it wherever you listen, or head over to YouTube and subscribe for more British history. Have a great day. Bye-bye.